figured out why my shit wasn't working to put it on safe mode. I got a new keyboard. It's like a Razer Huntsman V3, and it has this pressing A and D to strafe left and right. It won't recognize like the right command until you let go of the left.
Allied destroyer
and what
has joined squadron.
the snap thing does is
Engaging orbital thrusters.
it basically it allows you to just move like back and forward, like left and right, like super fast.
Synchronized.
So it's kind of like how do I put it? It's like if you were using a joystick, but the dead zone is like there's a zero, the re-zeroing dead zone point would be wherever it last stopped. So it's like instant transition of movement. Okay, cool. Because that's literally my gripe between the controller versus mouse and keyboard. Like they both have their strengths, but to what degree do you need them to do like certain things? Like flight sims are fun with a controller, sure, but give me a dual joystick setup on something like Elite Dangerous with maybe a foot pedal addition, you know, peripherals like that. I'll show you some real fucking flying, boys. But you know, I'm talking Battlestar Galactica, flying straight, rotating the ship 90 degrees to the right or the left, and strafing something while traveling, like looking up and that's the direction forward, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I really like Elite Dangerous. It's a lot of fun. But doing those kinds of maneuvers with a controller doesn't feel very comfortable, so I wouldn't recommend it.
Hey, what up, Dad?
Yo, dog.
Since I ain't calling you vibrator, man, that just sounds wrong to be calling you. I can call you Vibe.
Good vibes.
You can call me whatever you want, just not late for dinner.
Ah! Initiated.
DV, that's what we're gonna call you.
I'll be DV or D1, I think is what they put me down at, or D3 or something.
How's life been treating you?
Oh, that's okay. Dude, I've been having like a hard time the whole time. It's just like, it was just nuts. This planet's terrorist is basically Hellmire.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I fucking missed that.
Go now. And fear the shadow of night.
Oh shit, move to the left. Okay, you're good. Perfect.
I stuck that fucking...
Got two of them. One of them's down.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Together.
Requesting backpack.
I ran the wrong way. I'm like running towards this stupid jammer.
Landing in an eagle.
Shit.
Northwest. Objective located.
I got him. Nope. Got him. Nice. Oh, another one. Okay, now.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
You get a hole. You get a hole.
West.
Just took out.
Marking location. Northwest. Tagging location. Northwest. Requesting air support.
Democracy's on its
Objective
way.
located. Southwest.
I got a bomb drop on that fortress.
Oh, we're gonna have bullshit coming up our ass.
Requesting.
Oh, yeah.
Barrage incoming. Stand clear.
Walking barrage.
Yeah. Wait for these terrorists to start focusing on some stuff, but that'll do nicely.
Marking location. South.
So as long as we stay behind, so it keeps going forward, it can never come back. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a strategy in my view very much.
Tagging location. Box. Southeast. Heading. Reloading.
South. Requesting fortification.
Jesus.
It definitely feels like they've kind of decided to actually start moving towards what Super Helldives should feel like.
Package acquired.
Yeah.
Package.
I want it to be fucking wild as shit.
Yeah.
Going towards the radar.
Outpost destroyed.
It's dependent. Trying to work out some of that.
Reloading.
Automaton facility destroyed. Outpost cleared.
Damn it. Whole facility.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Oh, what the fuck was
Sending in
that?
an eagle.
I'm gonna need a fucking. Oh,
Bot outpost destroyed.
Oh wow. Did not see him.
Requesting air support. Reinforcing.
Must have moved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Then
Heavy. Southwest.
I got it. Oh, you got it.
yeah. Yeah, we got like a ton of stuff coming in over here.
I see two what the fuck,
Helldivers.
jammers.
I'm putting an airstrike in there.
Sending in an eagle.
Hopefully that should get him. Should be close.
Tagging location. West.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a little soon.
Objective located. Northwest. Objective located. Northwest. I got the terminal.
Let me know which way it needs to go.
You got that chick up yet or not?
Just put your heads up and then
Fortification.
a sentry.
I have one.
Gotcha.
Oh, behind me. Oh,
You're good.
you should have threw them on the front lines. Should put the sentries to the side or whatever.
Yeah. Probably.
Join the fray. My life
Yeah,
is
just
super
keep your
high.
head down. So 180.
180, yeah.
This guy is bad looking. Like something out of Doom.
Oh,
Engaging
Package
terminal.
acquired.
You can't even tell what color the shells are.
Package acquired. Dropping package.
The minefields are
Package acquired. Dropping package.
I don't have anything to deal with the jammers though. I've seen some people use the railgun to take out the fabricators, but I don't feel like it's very...
I don't think you can do that.
Sample collected.
I wonder why some people shoot it.
Rare sample acquired.
There's a high yield over here.
Sample.
Oh, did I miss it?
Objective
There's
located.
one in there too. I'm gonna go drop this on the jammer.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna move to the, You good there, Glove?
Yeah.
Making friends?
Nah, just as a picture or something, just
Goodbye.
as a reply to an email. I know it's not the best sign, but you know,
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
even in Helldivers, gotta tell his wife that everything's gonna be okay. Did I get that center wrong?
Requesting air support. Calling down fortifications.
Oh, I'm making so many friends.
Sending in an eagle.
Delivering payload.
Calling in orbital strike. Spot outpost destroyed.
Requesting air support.
Coming in hot.
Mission at 30 minutes remaining. Mission progress logged.
Sending in an eagle.
Coming in hot.
Bot
Fucking
outpost
Hulk
destroyed. Requesting advanced weaponry.
Oh. Oh.
Reloading. Reloading.
So that is
Oh.
okay. I guess that worked. I didn't even mean to like. I mean, I meant to kill it, but I didn't think I was going to.
Reloading.
Fucking hell.
Got a sample.
On a spear.
Nice.
Reloading.
Requesting orbital strike.
Fuck me now.
Freedom has prevailed. Now
Oh,
head to
this-
the extraction point.
Reloading.
What?
Dropped him.
Freedom has prevailed.
Kill that. Reloading. Rare sample acquired.
It was real.
Reloading. Injury. What injury?
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
do it in some, but not others.
Reloading.
Bombing these bombs.
Tax out. Tac
On
inbound.
the way.
Dropping item.
Stop shooting me.
Calling down a support weapon.
You can proceed to extraction when ready.
Marking
Railgun here, it's
location.
empty.
Got
Supply
equipment.
pack here too.
Sure.
But it's empty. I can resupply you with the, or you can.
I'm just dying for ammo.
Pick up the box.
Mission at 20 minutes remaining.
Requesting sentry. Reloading an eagle.
Calling down fortifications.
What the hell just hit me there?
Oh, there's a
I saw
barrage of
you.
tanks over there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. I was like, I saw you walk by or deep in front of me, and I'm like, is there an airstrike incoming missiles? Oh, there's a lot of shit incoming.
Requesting air support.
Delivering payload.
Oh, I got shredded.
Point me to the enemy. Sending in an eagle.
Administering freedom. Now that's what I call liberty. Here comes the cavalry.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Sending in an eagle.
Democracy's on its way.
Feels good.
Eagle 1 leaving combat zone to resupply.
Helldivers never die.
Oh,
Not today.
That finally hit.
oh my God, bro. That's
Oh, just one.
Reinforcing. Calling in orbital strike.
so many of them.
Can I call in a resupply where I'm at? Or do you...
Requesting fortification.
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
Oh, God save me. Thank you. That shredder's down, but
Reloading.
perfect.
Wow.
Requesting orbital.
Call you right
Calling
over
in
here.
reinforcements.
Right out of the way. I'm not gonna lie to the garage. I just threw you directly.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
Oh no. I had a fucking handbrake in my hands too.
You made it.
I'm trying to find the last fucking fabricator. I can't find it.
Requesting sentry.
Is that tank dead? Yes. Sweet.
Where guys, I found it.
Supplies.
I found the shit.
Oh, there's our best friend.
You want me to call it in?
Calling in extraction. Reloading. Cancel that.
Yeah, please call it in.
Northwest.
Should have called it in 20 minutes ago.
Oh yeah. Ow. Fire. Hot. What about it?
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Damn it.
Oh, what have I done?
Requesting orbital strike. ETA T minus 2 minutes 30 seconds. Requesting fortification.
About to get shredded.
His gun's gone.
Oh, I killed it somehow.
There's another one.
I shot it in the eye with the glove gun. Perfect. There's another one?
Yeah.
I know there's a bot sitting right on our extraction. Just chilling here,
ETA T
having a
minus
good
2
day.
minutes.
Was.
Oh, I killed it. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
We had a friend over there. Had a friend over there.
Calling down a support weapon.
Hey, fellas. Well, that was fucking terrible.
ETA T minus 1 minute and 30 seconds.
You coming
Get
from
everything?
anywhere? I hear him.
Calling down fortification. Tagging location. Northeast. Calling down a support weapon.
Oh no, it's gonna kill me. Get up, dumbass. Get up.
Oh, from the south. Southeast.
ETA T minus 1 minute.
I just watched that
Sending in an
sentry.
eagle.
Here?
Just trying to get the hull.
Close. Tagging location. Now. Spot. Southeast. Calling down a fortification.
The right. Come on, keep them away from my shit. Damn it.
ETA T minus 30 seconds.
Shit.
Requesting
Fuck.
air support.
ETA T minus
Fired.
20 seconds.
What they do?
ETA T minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone. 100 meters.
Danger. Southeast. Sending in an eagle.
Keep Liberty.
Orbital inbound.
got a tornado heading.
What? No, I wasn't aware for that though.
Throwing
Go,
supply
go
beacon.
nuts. Go.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff.
Requesting air support.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent. Victory was never in doubt.
We even have the red hue of the planet below. That was my last game, fellas.
You said what?
That was my last game. Have a good one. Thank you for the map.
Oh
No,
yeah,
no
for
worries,
sure,
man.
bro.
Take it easy.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, dog.
But, oh yeah, I see what he means by the red glow. Man, that's something
The red glow.
Yeah.
The operation proceeds smoothly.
Can you imagine living on a planet where at nighttime you look up at the night sky and you see this shit?
Hellpods prime. Engaging orbital
I mean, it's
thrusters.
like, for the brochure, it's amazing. But can you imagine living every night and it's like, what's the forecast tonight? Oh, fucking red sun. Red light all night long. It's the worst fucking shit imaginable.
You'd have to live in a cave because the house would not be good with those fire tornadoes.
I have a feeling that you could live like subsurface. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you have some type of like really like low boiling point fluid, right? That would run lines up to the surface that would use that heat to create obviously heat, but energy.
Yeah.
Like super vapor, and the vapor condenses, recycled.
Yeah. Or you could just use water and you could power shit with steam. You go old school.
Yeah, but I imagine on a planet that's like dry and literally fire tornadoes, there's not much moisture in water, so it'd be a precious resource to use for something like that.
True. And here?
Yeah. Starting to fall in love with dropping your extraction when the map looks like 16-year-old puberty. Late bloomer.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with like the voice command to call in those new mines. I might need to train the speech to text thing a little bit more. But yeah,
That's an easy. Just call them acid mines.
that's a good suggestion. Let me do
Because
that.
gas mine sounds like, I mean, we can know the difference hearing it, but for a computer, it sounds like 2 or 3 different possible things. But acid is pretty because there's like multiple syllables, you know, and that's really what it's picking up. So it's interpreting what it thinks it hears in terms of syllables and then making an assumption.
Yeah, no, I like that. That might work really well. I'm just trying to see.
And I can see how gas mines and gas strike might sound similar.
Yeah, so like basically just call it acid mine.
Mm-hmm. Essentially what it does anyways. Corrosive.
Yeah.
It corrodes the armor, make them confused. Oh man. I was fucking watching this YouTube like short or whatever, and I thought it was satire. Or it wasn't a short, but I was watching shorts, like the, you know, little quick reels or whatever, quick videos that you can swipe through.
Yeah.
And I came across this one video which I thought was like a meme or something, and it was about like ketamine treatment, and I thought it was like a, you know, college humor, Saturday Night Live satire kind of thing. So I'm laughing hysterically because I'm like, oh, this is fucking hysterical, and it's like about ketamine treatment.
Oh shit.
So like I'm actually laughing at testimonials of people that are like that were depressed and like didn't want to be like alive, and I'm just sitting here laughing at this like it's fucking satire, and it was serious, and I was like, oh shit, it was an ad.
Wow.
And I felt like the biggest piece of shit in the world, but that's the world we live in today, where like 10 years ago, if you told me, you know, oh yeah, I'm taking ketamine to treat depression, I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? You're taking horse
Yeah.
tranquilizer to
Yeah, right.
But no, like I actually like, you know, that obviously that video made me Google some shit. So now I'm sitting here like Googling ketamine therapy and like the benefits of it. I'm like, oh fuck, it's actually effective. It's like,
Yeah,
oh shit.
I've thought about it for pain. It's supposedly good for pain, but it just you need to keep doing it, and it's expensive. It's kind of moved into this, like for the most part, it's moved into kind of like the
Party
you know,
drug.
wealthy housewives. It's almost like
Yeah.
like a day spa thing.
I'll
It's
tell
like
you right now, it's in the 95th percentile in terms of price range with cocaine. I can tell you that for I can find ketamine for around the same price as cocaine at the like, you know, end user rate. But if anyone's telling you they have large amounts of that shit, you're either about to go to jail or they're giving you something that's not what it is, or you've really real deal, you know, found somebody. But I feel like you would probably know that before getting involved. But
yeah, I mean it's approved in most states for treatment for pain and things like that. I don't know if here though. I mean, it's a little backwards here, but I guess you know it's the South, so they still haven't legalized marijuana yet. It's fucking stupid. Like you can go and buy THCA gummies, which are the same thing. It's like your dad's pot.
yeah, and I think it would be better if instead of like, because they just tried to pass something down here. For a long time, Florida's been pushing, and they've been like just marginally missing that legalization mark. But a while ago, they managed to like, at least in my county, and a lot of other places around, they managed to somewhat decriminalize it. So now I can walk around with 3/4 of an ounce on me, and it's like a citation. It's treated like an open container, or like smoking a joint on the sidewalk in front of a grocery store. You know, it's like, you know, standing outside a gas station or cracking your beer open, you know, and that's like not good. You're not going to be like public enemy number one, and you're a detriment to the fucking neighborhood, and you're a danger to society, and you're a flight risk. Like, you're not gonna get, it's basically a slap on the wrist.
As it should be.
Yeah, and that's kind of like how it's been for, like, I want to say past 10, 15 years or so here, at least in Tampa. So this amendment that they were going to pass was going to make it so that if you had weed that didn't come in a government regulated package that's tracked with basically they're trying to treat it like pills in a pill bottle. You know what I mean? And I'm like, on paper that sounds like right, like you don't want quote unquote drug dealers in the streets, right? But it's weed, it's not, painkillers. So you can't really treat it like that, and that's what they were trying to do. And they would have made it a felony if you, like, if I took my bag of weed and put it in a little container and put it in my, like maybe you got like a little bag or something, messenger bag that I carry with me, and it's not the container it came in, that could be supposedly, from what I understand, a felony. So obviously that didn't pass.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah, so thank Christ, because, you go from having a misdemeanor like an open container to being a felon, and that's like not good.
Yeah, that closes a lot of doors in your life.
Yeah, especially if that's like what the left was really pushing here for, like they were really trying to push for that kind of change. And like
the left?
Oh yeah.
Really? Like
Yeah.
the Dems?
Yeah, the Democrats are pushing for that to happen.
That's crazy, because every other state that I've lived in, like the pioneers of legalization, like fucking Oregon, Washington State, California, Colorado.
You know why they were red states?
No, they're Democratic states. They're not red states.
No, I'm saying, you know why they're not red states. I'm sorry. Because
why?
The red states would have to change a lot of the industry around that, and it would hurt their, basically, because it's not federally recognized, they wouldn't qualify for the federal subsidies to grow it. So they'd have to come out of pocket for the materials to do it, and they would lose the benefits they have with the banking and all that other stuff. Like you can't get a bank loan, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And all those farmers in the red states are already in debt to the same systems that encourage them to continue to grow cotton instead of hemp, or tobacco, or wheat, or soy, or even corn. You know what I mean? And it's a huge thing, and it still is. But it's the same deal with like the meat industry, like poultry in particular. I remember I saw this documentary once some years ago where the guy he was a chicken farmer, right? And he had like these essentially long warehouses that were like semi-open for the chickens to like live in, and we're talking like hundreds of thousands of chickens. You can barely see the floor. And they said that he worked for Tyson Chicken, and he said that every year they come up with new regulations and new mandates and new protocols that they have in order to like quality control the chicken, and et cetera, make sure everything's up to a standard. But what that does is that requires them to go into like an infrastructure change or upgrades, or changing some type of thing that they have set up, which puts them further in debt, but covered by Tyson. So there's no way for them to get out without being in debt. So it's like perpetuating their fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like they may make $1 million that year, but need $700,000 worth of renovations for expanding the new warehouse or whatever. So they can't go anywhere. It's fucking awful.
That's like Monsanto.
Yep. Yep. All that bullshit.
I think it might have been. Was it was it Colombia?
Yeah.
Where there was the big lahars in
Yes.
Armero. Yeah,
It
and
was Colombia, Panama, and Ecuador, I think.
yeah, that was fucking horrific, man. It's like a town of 23,000 people, and it was killed like 22,000 of them.
Yeah.
Just fucking rolled through. It was horrific. But yeah, they came in and said, "Hey, we could get you started, get you back on your feet. Here's a bunch of free seeds, and of course, nothing's
They're all
free
genetically modified.
because you can't keep your own seeds.
Yep. And here's the crazy thing, right?
They are not your property. They basically put a patent on Mother Nature, which is fucking insanity, but they managed to do it.
Because they somehow crossbred certain genetics and whatever, and then they make it like highly reproducible, so it's like very, very fertile and can reproduce with other plants around it, etc., etc., etc. And they have gene markers.
Hardy. Yeah.
Yeah, so then what happens is they drop those seeds in a farm nearby, and then somebody else gets caught with that genetic makeup because the pollination in nature just takes its course. So naturally, the farmer next door is going to probably have some cross pollination with the guy from the other side.
Fuckers.
And then he gets fucking sued and loses his farm, and they buy it out for pennies on the dollar.
Man.
For stealing his shit.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of started having started losing a lot of respect for Gates, Bill Gates, when he started. Cause he owns so much fucking farmland. Like, he just started buying it, and he's buying it under the guise of, philanthropy and helping the earth. And I'm sure
they really
there is a part of that.
They have the wrong idea, is that they keep trying to turn this soil and this farmland into farmland. And I'm like, no, you need to give it a rest and stop trying to grow food out the way we used to do it, the conventional way. You need to replant forests, not in a natural sense, but like hemp and shit like that is actually really good because they don't have to use a lot of pesticides. It'll grow with sunlight, water, and time. And it can give that. And then when it dies, you harvest what's there, you shred it up, and you compost that whole area, and you rotate it out, put trees in there, let it grow for 10, 15 fucking years, and then chop them down. Just cycle it out like the natives used to do, the nomads. But the thing is that if you buy up a lot of that land, start building vertical farms, you could fucking grow a lot of food. Now, I wouldn't do it to grow like hemp and like cotton and shit like that, because it's just way too much. But if you're growing tomatoes and cabbage and lettuce, fucking put that shit in a vertical farm, man.
Yeah.
And all that's it's expensive, and it requires a lot of infrastructure. And that's really what these billionaires should be doing. That's the thing I want to tell, if I had the opportunity to tell Elon Musk, I'm like, yeah, vertical farms are cool. Like, start feeding these poor people around the world, and I guarantee you get a lot more people ready to work for Tesla somewhere around the globe.
So put it basically in. It's almost like massive scale hydroponics in multi-level factories, and
Correct.
you basically just rotate what you grow in each floor just to keep the soil and the nutrients high. Yeah, it's like every level is a Costco. It's the same layout, and it's basically like just saying, hey Bob, potatoes are done, man. We're planting some hemp for the next couple of years.
Yeah,
then just
year round, and then the water supplies can be, because when you do things like that, you don't need to genetically modify the plants to be resistant against bugs or resistant against the pesticide that you're using or anything like that. And you don't even need to use those things because you're limiting the environmental factors by which they will alter or cause variations or inequality.
Why doesn't that happen, man?
Because of infrastructure, and it's too expensive, because you can't get a farmer that's already $750,000 in debt between 4 different banks to switch over to an infrastructure that's going to cost him $20 million to build.
Well, it has to get to the point where that's the option, and a good example of that is the Canary Islands. So like Gran Canaria, Tenerife, what's the other one? I forget the other one. Lanzarote.
The Galapagos? The Galapagos
No,
Island?
the Canary Islands. So
They're off
they're
of Africa, right? The west coast.
yeah, Spanish owned, off of
Yeah.
Africa. But you know, all of the water, all of the drinking water is basically reclaimed from the sea from desalination plants, which is
Highly
fucking
energy intensive.
expensive.
Yeah.
Right, but they got to the point where it's just like, well, if we want water, that's how we got to do it. And I guess that's going to be the same with you know, farms. I just don't get why
Now,
the
now
people
let me
who are
ask
so
you, how much
wealthy.
does a gallon of gas, or I guess they'd probably call it petrol over there, a gallon? Oh, they probably charge by the liter too. So it's
It's
probably
not
like
that
three, four
bad.
dollars a liter.
I mean, it's not that bad because it's the way they've always done it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, you know, like you've got maintenance, yeah, but once these plants have been set up and they've been running for decades, and you know you get new variants in technology and stuff, they kind of get paid off. And because they're not, at least from what I remember, they're government owned, so it's not like private corporations, where they're always just saying, "Oh, it's more expensive, and we got more profits. We need more profits," and you know, they just like you said, they like it becomes more expensive than gasoline, which eventually it will. Although we do have a lot of fucking water on this planet, so I mean desalination. I mean you
There's a
just get a
matter of
couple,
energy. Yep.
yeah, you just get a couple of smart kids and say, hey, rethink this shit, re-engineer it, and whoever comes up with the best design, they can do it for less money. You know, we'll give you 10
Well,
million bucks.
my thing is, if you use, if you take ocean water and you superheat it somehow, right? And
It's
you
distillation, really, right?
right. No, not well, not really. There is.
Kind
That's
of.
one method. That's one method, yes. But you would do that to remove, your particulates and just get, evaporated water, which wouldn't be perfectly, saltless, and it wouldn't be without whatever was in the water that also evaporated with it. Then you would take that water and run it through filters, which is essentially reverse osmosis. So filters that are like microns thick that allow the water molecules to pass through, but not salt molecules. So you're essentially separating, the water from everything, essentially everything. And you're getting literally pure water. And you take that water and put it through electrolysis and separate the hydrogen, oxygen, and then develop hydrogen fuel from that. That's how you power the desalinization. But it's too expensive and too complex to maintain a facility
If
like
you
that.
have other options, but when you
Correct.
don't have other options, then all those things start
Oh
coming
yeah,
onto
no.
the table.
At that point, it's not about it's too expensive. It's the most economical.
Do you want me to change to? Oh, do we have? Oh, we've got optimization already, I guess. Oh, cause the satellites here are the space station, right?
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. Cool, man. Cool.
Actually,
So I was
no, I
thinking,
don't think we have it because it's not fulfilled yet.
I can't select it.
Oh, it's that because I just donated to it, so I didn't think it was
Yeah,
active.
yeah, it's grayed out.
Oh, well then, that works for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about my PC that I just kind of switched out. You know, minus the graphics card. And you know, trying to do you a deal because I know you're keen to get back into, you know, having a PC. So I just want to let you know I'm just kind of getting just taking a look, seeing what kind of people are selling them for, and then
Yeah, man. Whatever. Look,
I'll
I'll put it to you this way. I'm not so hell bent on like getting like the cheapest, you know what I'm saying, deal and shit like that. If you find somebody that like that wants to buy it, that can grab it off you right then and there, by all means, bro. Don't even think about me. Just go ahead and get that done. Get your money.
I don't have anyone. That's the thing. So like I would basically, I was going to think about doing with my daughter, but she's hell bent on building this all white PC. And
Oh yeah, I remember you told me she wants the whiteboard and all that stuff.
yeah. So theoretically, yeah, I could keep her on AM4 because the 5800X3D, which is the chip I have, is still fucking amazing. And I think
whatever you come up with as far as a fair price, or whatever you think.
Yeah, I'll come up with something because I mean the only other option would be.
I'll give you an idea. I'm gonna use it for heavy gaming, audio production software, video editing software, and that's pretty much it. But essentially the heaviest loads you can imaginable, sort of rendering 4K videos for Pixar,
So the board is amazing. It was Gigabyte's like flagship board. So it was the X570 Master, like crazy good VRMs. It's 32 gigs of DDR4 3600 with good timings. Yeah,
is that a 216 or 4 8 gig?
216s. 216s. I never go with 4. I mean, it looks nicer if you're in the RGB, but it's not as good. You've got just more chances of shit going wrong, and I think they put more load on the CPU as well.
Having various RAM sticks.
Yeah, RAM is not as important with the X3D chips because of the L3 cache that they have. So, but anyway, it's nice.
Once upon a time,
RAM.
I had a Pentium 4, and I was like, "Give me all the RAMs."
I found one of them in my move. It was still in a box, and I just threw it in the trash. Like I quickly looked up eBay, and it's just like, nah, this ain't special.
4 cent.
Yeah, this is basically this is electronic junk. So
I remember I got my first quad core. It was a quad core Pentium 4. It was like 1 point. No, it was the one of the ones I got. The first ones I got was 1.8 gigahertz speed, dual core, and then I had a quad core that was 2.4 gigahertz, and I was like, this is lightning fast. This is some other shit, and like this is out of this world. And now I'm just funny. Yeah, this shit's sitting on shit your pants speeds. I saw a CPU advertised that fucking pushes out 6.0 gigahertz before overclocking, and it's like insane. And I'm like, oh, I cannot wait for the future. Oh, give me CPUs in 10 years.
The thing is, though, AMD have shown that at least for gaming, like clock speed is it's a small part of the story, because like the 5800X3D, as I think it runs at like 4.8 gigahertz, and the 9800X3D runs at 5. Like if you put the settings right, I've got mine running at 5.4. And with the DDR5 RAM, and there's only 2 games where really I see a benefit over the 5800X3D, and it's this.
Well, that's good, right? But in this day and age,
it's a waste of
most
money.
No, for sure, it's overkill if you're assuming that you're going to get all that power dedicated to an application, which realistically speaking, if the application was built for that PC, I'd get it. But most developers have, you know, have in mind, yeah, people don't have top of the line PCs. That can't be, we can't like minimum graphics, fucking 4090 Ti, you know,
Yeah,
like,
they build for the middle of the road. That's what they do.
yeah. So it's like I wouldn't expect the CPU to hold that that kind of workload
Yeah.
for running a game. However,
Yeah.
for music production, 6 gigahertz of fucking CPU processing is like a fucking wet dream, bro.
Right.
Fucking wet dream,
Exactly.
bro. No clipping,
Exactly.
hundreds of active sounds and effects. I get chills just thinking
What about the
about it.
GPU? Isn't the GPU kind of like taking like a lot of the loads that CPU is typically doing? Or
I haven't heard of a GPU running the applications. I
not
imagine they
not
could.
running, but like doing a lot of the heavy lifting?
Um,
Because the fastest thing in any PC is
mhm,
RAM, and the fastest thing in any PC now is VRAM. Like
mhm,
VRAM is so much faster than regular, you know, DDR.
right.
And
No,
if you've got
it's really the
like a ton of
CPU
it,
that handles the load. At least for the program that I use, the CPU is really what takes um
yeah. What program?
the FL Studio.
Okay, Fruity Loops, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
extremely intensive on the CPU. I've never heard of anyone using a GPU for it. I imagine that there's a way to, but I
No,
don't.
no, it'll be CPU driven. That's just the way it's written. It's an old app, so that's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way it
yeah.
is. And
But
it takes
still, like
advantage.
that would be pretty impressive. I mean, I don't think you would see much outside of like, you know, the overall performance and smoothness of everything. It wouldn't really like make or break the program from where it is now. It would be more of a quality of life. But um no, when I'm running certain plugins, they can I have to turn other things off and then do what I want and then render whatever I just did out into an audio file that I'll have a waveform that I can mess with rather than running the plugin to run the sound or repeat whatever it was I was doing. So it's essentially taking the image, flattening it, exporting it, and now having a smaller file of that image that I can work with instead of having all the programs open to run what I was actually supposed to do. And
That's
that
it.
is a workflow that I use to essentially kill 80% of the CPU usage I would normally see in a program. And if I needed to, I could pull up, you know, I still have all those things on there. I just need to load up the program or the plugin for the program that's not currently active. So it's like, yeah, I've made laptops melt, man.
Yeah.
I regret it, but yeah, it sucks. It sucks a lot.
I think you have that problem with this build. I mean, it's still extremely strong, and with again the X3D chips, like they have this big hunk of L3 cache, which is again RAM,
Yeah, super fast.
and it's doing a ton of stuff. It's taking so much stress off the rest of the system. But anyway, yeah, we'll figure something out. Let's do a last drop. I think we can leave for everyone.
Launch initiated.
Yeah, it's weird that the missions don't automatically start filling people in that are standing by for a drop.
No, it's probably just that cycle in the game where people are waiting for the new war bond, and the kind of, you know, the shine is kind of off it until they bring new stuff.
The new pod smell. Oh, I was right. It was a hot zone.
Oh man, I missed him. Now he's gonna. Oh shit.
and shoot
And we're
Bad
done.
place to, oh no, such a bad place to
Every day is
land.
a good day to die for democracy.
Objective
Run,
located.
little Helldiver. Wow, I should not be alive. Oh, what the? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ow. Fucking factory strider. Ah, I'm dead man.
Sounds good.
Oh. No, no, not the ragdoll. No. Oh man. Let me get up the hill, you fuck. Oh my god. Wow. This Helldiver needs to appear on one of those, do you remember that TV show? I shouldn't be alive!
Objective located. Southwest.
I gotta go get Sten. That was you, man. You were like, I was like, where's that laser beam coming? I was like, the boss felt laser beams, and I was like, Loba's trying to help me, man.
Yeah, it's not so hot here. But we're working on it. It's okay.
Calling down a support weapon.
We have a lot of knockdown niggas here. Oh, he's right there.
Why is this? I think maybe I've got this thing set up wrong.
Oh, Devastator got me. Starving Jammer fucked me up.
Calling in reinforcements.
This little bastard along here just keeps pegging me with his fucking rocket. No, no more.
Democracy has landed.
Sending in an eagle.
Backpack inbound. Calling down a support weapon. Heading south.
Oh,
50
wow.
meters. Reinforcing.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
So I must have the.
Shit.
Grab some shit. Ow.
Reloading.
That's acid. Whatever.
Oh, that's my fault.
Let me see if I can fix it. So what are the gas? It's like down, left, left, right.
Down, left, up, right, yeah.
Reloading.
Down, left, left, right.
Mm-hmm.
Down, left, left. Oh, I see. God dang it. I accidentally put a colon. Your stream will be like, he's cheating. I think that's how the game should be.
Nah, you should play however it's best for you, right? You having help calling in stratagems doesn't make the enemy shoot less. Doesn't make them less accurate, doesn't increase your health, doesn't necessarily make you a better player. In fact, it hinders you more than...
Requesting sentry.
You're mid-call and you try to call something and it's typing something.
Yep. And especially on keyboard and mouse where, I mean, I did it for months and months and months. You know, where you basically, you just have to take your hand off the mouse and, you know, just kind of use your 80 ASDW to kind of move around while you use your cursor keys to put in the code, and it's just like, I never really enjoyed playing the game like that. And of course you have people that'll say, oh, but you know, it's the skill involved. Just like, nah, like if you're gonna play with the keyboard and mouse, you should be playing with the keyboard and mouse. It shouldn't just be keyboard, but stop using the mouse.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm trying to catch up with you.
Going out that.
Reloading.
Requesting orbital strike.
Reloading. Reloading.
Got a sample.
Bots.
Yeah, they're brutal. There we go. Acid mines for a win.
Calling down fortifications.
Get acid mined.
Tagging location.
I have to do this shit. Crazy.
Reloading. Sending in an eagle.
Delivering
Yeah,
payload.
yeah, that's why I was mine now.
Got a bunch of them.
I've got this one.
But yeah, Mass Effect's gonna be the next story
Mission map updated.
for sure.
That's cool, man.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Definitely going for the SAM type lowest before you get that. Oh.
Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
I got the help.
Heavy. South, 50 meters.
Is that another help? Yeah.
Reloading! Reloading! Rear sample acquired!
Oh, it ain't working? Oh, the fucking.
Reinforcing!
Join the fray. Requesting air support. Engaging terminal.
Boom! Target down!
I got the terminal.
Calling in orbital strike!
Objective completed.
Hmm. Hmm.
Requesting advanced weapon!
East, heavy.
I'm just grabbing an ink so I can take out that help. Oh, dude. Okay.
I'm out!
Oh no, I think we're jammed. Yeah, we are jammed.
So we can't do a thing?
Gotta take out this jammer. But if they
Wow.
call for a bot drop, we do have the support of that sand to help us with it. Ah, this fucking thing crawls.
Does it have like a fab? Or tabs?
No, it's separate.
Marking location. North, objective located.
Negative on that.
Mag's empty! Reloading!
There it is. Didn't quite hit the fabric or
And those helps are going the other way. Good. Holy shit, there's so many of them. I can't really get in this way. They don't make it easy, do they?
they don't.
fucking die because of like a tank that is there but not there.
Oh, you gotta get moving quick.
Wow.
You know, to be fair, I didn't even see the whole until I turned the corner. And I said, fuck it.
Ready to liberate.
Wow. Holy, that
Engaging
whole,
terminal.
he must have hit me about 3 times with whatever gun he's using. That was enough.
Objective critical stratagem available.
Calling in reinforcements. Heavy. Southwest. Close.
Oh, we got a walker.
Heavy. West. On. Close.
Oh. Oh, there's a lot of bots in here. There's a lot of here.
Stratagem available.
Oh no. What is that?
Faster strider.
Stratagem no longer available.
Oh, well, I'm dead.
Squad lost. Deploying replacement squad.
Yo. I got evaporated by whatever the fuck just hit
Reinforcements on
me.
the way.
Like, it hit me and, like, I was just a torso. I have no idea where the rest of my body is.
Requesting orbital strike.
Requesting orbital.
Wow. This is brutal. Yeah, I need something like that.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements. Objective critical stratagem available.
Liberty, save me!
I heard it.
Eat this! Calling in reinforcements. Requesting jetpack.
Did I kill you, or did the ship kill you?
Yeah.
Alright, I didn't mean to.
No, it's good. Like I was trying to shoot the guns. I was sitting on his head trying to shoot the guns.
Little bastard.
Reloading. I got the terminal.
I hear him walking.
Engaging terminal.
Requesting fortifications. Going down to the support weapon.
Nice. That's not an easy thing to do, man, especially with the railgun.
Put the,
We've got equipment. West.
thing in there.
Yeah, get the hulk right in this pretty little eye. So where's the...
Package acquired.
Oh,
Drop
this
the package.
is my bad,
Activate.
man.
I got the terminal. Sending in an eagle. Engaging terminal.
ragdoll, bro.
Out of step!
We got more help.
Reloading!
Oh my god. Sit.
Damn
Damn
it.
it.
Reporting to the front.
At least you got plenty of nades, just fucking throw nades and then go grab the supplies. Oh god. I'm sorry, that was my mines.
Sending in an eagle.
Delivering payload.
No way that just happened.
Yep.
Drop ship!
Basically, the ship's fucking carcass decides to disappear as soon as they're there.
Requesting air support.
Coming in hot.
Oh, wow, that quick?
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
Sending in an eagle.
Democracy's on its way.
Calling down a sentry.
Reloading.
Yeah, we gotta head north.
Yeah.
In about a minute and a half, I'll have another backpack to give you. The rocket here
weapons.
too. Jesus.
So we're just heading for the main objective right now.
Yeah, at least I want to complete the mission.
Yeah.
And you got the SOS out here too, that's crazy. That's the call reinforcements. I count 4, 5?
Northwest.
5.
Tagging Marking location. Never mind. Spots. Northwest.
Little bastard. He was ready.
You gotta be quicker than that. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Orbital inbound.
Especially when I get this
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
Go to the other objective. Come back and hopefully that's cleared out, not pissed off. And then out somewhere else.
Good. One huddle and some other bullshit. They call in anything there?
No. There's something, yep, some got called in, so we can move. Log slot time.
Objective critical stratagem available.
Calling down objective equipment.
Eagle 1 rearming. Be back shortly.
Reloading. Engaging terminal.
What?
I got the terminal.
Requesting
Rare
advanced
sample
weaponry.
required.
Let's go save these stupid
Sample
citizens.
One step closer to mission completion.
Oh, it's gonna let us run up. God damn. Oh man.
Yeah, we got problems here. We got
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
sleeping dogs don't lie in this motherfucker. There is a box on this shit.
Calling down fortifications.
Deploying minefield.
Wow. That real cannon didn't get its top gun?
I'll probably hit its body or something.
Reloading.
It's got one gun left.
They flared somewhere. I'm not sure where.
Trying to get a hit on its. I got its guns.
Delivering payload.
Engaging terminal.
bonkers.
Oh no.
Requesting orbital.
Tossing out an orbital. Oh. Don't let him kill you.
Reinforcing.
Point me to the enemy. Attack inbound. Calling down a support weapon. Sending in an eagle.
Keep Liberty.
Alright, that's my gun.
You got a pulse on you.
Yeah. Two. Oh, no way, another factory strider.
Keep
Get the
moving.
fuck out of here.
Left to right, left to right.
Requesting air support.
Move south and left.
No! I picked up your backpack and like rearmed myself and was just about to
Oh,
stem.
there it is.
Coming in
Yep.
hot. Eagle 1 returning to destroyer for resupply.
Oh, I can't move.
Oh no, another one. Oh, he's the one that has no gun.
Calling in reinforcements.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Ah, I'm taking it over in front of us. I'm gonna die probably. Ah. That was silly.
What is that? Yeah, we fucked with him.
Liberty speed your step, Helldiver.
Not today.
Look at that walker there. I don't know how you're still alive.
Patient. Oh, fuck, I couldn't stem in time. I started to reload instead.
For their bodies shall be replaced and their losses restored.
That was awful.
100% worth the clip.
Yep. That's crazy.
Got a cat sitting on the roof of my house fucking staring at me, watching me wondering, what the fuck are you doing outside? Is something going on that you keep staring at the window? Like it's investigating around you, and this is not usual behavior. Fucking cats, bro.
They're weird. They're weird as shit.
Yeah, bro. The best.
They are the best.
32
the
stims
best.
used. Jesus Christ.
Oh, me or you? You.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think I can get to my stems quick enough. Jeez.
Yeah, it was rough. That was a rough.
Sentries were not the play. There's just too many fucking bots. Like I
Oh,
would have had to have really thought about, putting them way before we got into these skirmishes.
Oh, you
But
just
even, yeah.
yeah, no, but hey, I'm not even gonna lie though. Those gas mines are honestly, I kind of like them. The
There is no one way to
it's like a
prove your
portable
devotion to
EMS,
Super
right?
Earth,
It
but
doesn't
there
sound right.
is
Not
one
portable,
best way.
but an EMS
Become
emplacement,
a Helldiver.
right?
Become a hero. Become
Where
a
it
Yep.
keeps
legend.
them not necessarily stunned, but distracted. And that gas field lasts for quite a bit. And I kind of like it. It does well. It keeps them where I need them to, so my railgun can do its job. And I like that.
I haven't played with them long enough to really get a feel for how they work.
Well, if you saw in
They,
some of those areas, I put like I placed it like right in the little canyon area on the ground.
as
So
they're
when it,
filing through it.
yeah, so they file into it, but at the same time, when the pod comes up to deliver and disperse the mines, it puts them on the walls. And when they get like, you let them walk through it normally, and then once they get past the ones on the ground, obviously they're gonna walk past the ones on the wall. You just throw a strafing run right there at the ground, and the explosion from the strafing run sets off the other mine. So it's like another round of, you know, crowd control. And by then, you probably have supplies or another stun or thinning the herd enough for it not to matter.
There's like a bunch of. I mean, it seems like they're not really any more powerful than a gas grenade. There's just a
Yeah,
lot more of them.
yep, exactly. I think they're essentially gas grenades that you can leave on the ground, and that to me is a lot more effective than, the incendiary mines are the same way because they set the ground on fire and set targets on fire, right? And then the other mines just do damage. Now, the anti-tank mines, particularly, I do the same thing. I'll put them in that little valley or a little crater or something where I know the spread is going to be tight, and then run a strafing run through it when a crowd of devastators walks through it, because I know the devastators aren't going to set them off just walking through it, but if I run a strafing run through it while they're there, the explosion will set off all the other mines and everything in there is dead. Everything. Or if I'm
Yep.
lucky, a Hulk sets it off and kills it for me, or a stray rocket or something. And then somewhere down the line, like 10, 15 minutes, I get 6 more kills because a random patrol decided to cross over or something. So it's great. And the gas mines are nice because they don't kill you like instantly, and they don't set you on fire the same way the incendiaries do. They give you kind of a better chance of getting out alive. And they're really, really visible with that light green. So I'm not mad at them. I like them. I actually think they're really effective. They are surprisingly effective. My favorite mine so far, second to the anti-tank.
Yeah, I still find them a tough choice.
Welcome aboard, Helldiver. You can never have too many heroes fighting.
As a stratagem. It's almost like they should have one stratagem that you can only choose mines, for instance, and just give us an extra stratagem. I know they're never gonna do that, but
Yeah, like we have like 4 we can pick, and then it'll say,
it
up,
just gives
like,
us a random one.
well, here's the thing. With higher difficulties, they'll probably give us stratagems to take, which would broaden what we select on the drop-in. For example, I like the DSS because we don't have to bring in the shields with the bombardment, because naturally we would need them, but it makes them really, really effective when we're fighting the bots. Not so much the bugs, but against the bots, it's been like fantastic because, yeah, we might not need it for the bombardment per se, but it's great to have because now I don't need to bring it. And I like to bring the shield with the bots. I usually run the shield relay, not the backpack. So I'll run railgun, backpack, strafing run, and then the shield relay. But if they give me the shield relay, then I'll run the walking barrage too. But if I don't get the shield relay, then I have the walking barrage because I'm either going to be defensive or offensive. And if I don't have the strafing run, I'll do the heavy machine gun emplacement, the walking barrage, the railgun, the backpack. Whatever the most effective is. And then that even depends on what the rest of the team is bringing too. If I see someone who's bringing a railgun and a backpack, then I'm dropping my backpack railgun and I'm going for another offensive strategy. Maybe something to put bug holes out. That's why I want them to add the like fabricators and bug holes to the stats at the end of the mission, because it's kind of like, not that it matters, but it's disheartening looking at the scores at the end and it's like, oh, I only had like 38 kills, but you go back and watch the footage and it's like, what the fuck were you doing?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like I got those 10 kills destroying an entire fucking, taking out not targets of opportunity, but the importance. It's already a bot drop. I don't care about the little guys anymore. Everybody's getting.
Someone else has been sitting in like HMGs the whole fucking game, just mowing stuff down.
Yeah, and I like the HMGs because they don't cool down and despawn. Like they'll sit there until they run out of ammo or destroyed. So it's like and it's nice because they don't they act as like the emplacement itself doesn't act as a sentry to the enemy AI, so they don't like inherently shoot at it or destroy it or like try to run it over if it's down, then just ignore it. But our other pods, if we put supplies out or something, they'll kill them. But like supply pods or our weapons or whatever, they'll shoot at them.
They don't seem to bother with the HMGs. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like the emplacements is what they're designed to ignore, which makes sense, but whatever. I don't see the gas mines in our inventory here for our stratagems. That's weird. Maybe this is a good way for them to do the play testing, though, in all seriousness. If this is how they test it, by giving us experimental weapons to drop in with randomly, I'm okay with that. Nah, we don't like it, it's not that great, and then they drop it into the lore, it was ineffective, and we'll still use them. Who knows what they'll be useful for later, but they're ineffective now or some shit. So it's like, oh, there's in-game lore as to why they're ineffective and why we probably wouldn't like use them right away, but they might be effective later. Nice. But I feel like they're good now.
They're almost on your teeth, gnashing, venom glistening in the twin moonlight. Suddenly, you remember the one thing that can save you. Eagle sweat. One spray and the world shifts. You mount the beast's master of your domain, a god among the cosmos.
Yeah.
Before long, you are home.
Eagle sweat. With patented nano-fragrance technology that literally puts odor molecules to the rack until they give up their secrets. Eagle sweat. Don't just smell it, live it.
Game's a trip.
I saw a post on Reddit. It said, Eagle sweat. I wonder what her sweat tastes like. This post was removed. My favorite. Wow, what time is it? 2:15. Fuck me. I have a headache. Yeah, man, I've been fucking MIA with the streaming the past couple of days. Not for any particular reason other than, like, just been doing shit in my house. And not rearranging my room, but like doing a spring cleaning in the winter kind of thing, like just getting rid of junk. And I had so much more room for activities.
Yeah, I
and
gotta
a lot
set
of
up my
space.
space as well. Got this really cool room and it's just, I don't know, kind of ran out of steam, man. Just too much going on. Like, really since, I think about it, like the end of 2023, it's kind of when we first put the house in Colorado on the market, and it's just been fucking like not your life since then. Just
Yeah, shit gets way more complicated than it ever needs to be. It's annoying.
yeah, yep, and you know, I think I just kind of hit a wall and just said, well, fuck it, we're here, and you know, there's no rush to get everything done. I mean, we don't have like a bunch of people coming over to see our new house. It's like, so, you know, just walking around like with my nuts hanging out, just doing as little as possible, really. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, and that's starting to taper off, thankfully, as well, is all my medical shit. Like, I have a bunch of, I'm basically a broken man. I got a bunch of stuff wrong. So having to set up all of, no, they can't.
We have the technology.
No, they don't.
We're gonna Neuralink Globe. We're gonna get him.
Yep.
He's gonna be
Yep.
the first to promise him.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is kind of shitty.
We live with the bots now.
In the next 20 years, there's going to be like massive advances in longevity, but I'm going to be too old. Maybe I'll get my head sawn off and thrown in the freezer. You never know.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's the bright dark side of things.
Yeah.
But no, I was thinking about that too. I had a conversation, I don't know, a handful of years ago with an ex-girlfriend of mine, surprisingly. And she was like, if I had the opportunity to do the immortality thing, but it meant that I had to be like in an artificial body that doesn't have a nervous system that can't feel and stuff, I think I would go for it. But the biggest bummer would be missing sex. And I looked at her with this like, I want to marry you right now look, but I can't be weird. Oh man,
Yeah.
but immortality sounds like a nightmare and a dream all in one.
Yeah, it does. It does. Because even when life is going great, I think as a species, we're never content. We're looking for things to fuck up the greatness so that we can fight to get the greatness back. We're just
we're
a
the
weird
architects of our own destruction, and it's gloriously beautiful.
Yep. I think that's why it's by design that big old rocks come along that we can't stop, and it's like the ultimate reset button. Yeah. I think I'd just like to stay around just to see, you know, like travel to different planets and technologies, and I mean, I don't know whether they're gonna be positive, because the future, as you see it in movies and games and stuff, it shows generally, because it's a movie and a game, you don't want to see ugly people, so it always shows attractive, really in shape people, but the reality of it is, the less we do physically, probably the more out of shape we're gonna be. and we're going to be really reliant on medical technology to, like just eat up the fat or replace the organs. And I think I don't know.
Nanotech.
If you have means, it's going to become a very, very hedonistic world. And I think probably a closer reality is movies like Elysium. I can see that kind of shit where we've just, because we know we're fucked up this place,
Like the
and
divide between the third world and the first world becomes
yeah,
like
you
primitive
live on a satellite.
tribes versus like spacefaring elitist. Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, yeah,
It
and they
would
would just
ideally
hang
it
out.
would be like, you know, what's a good movie or a good comparison that
Oh,
you
I
would.
lost you.
No, I was thinking of a good movie or comparison that would be a like ideal situation for our current world. But even when they come out and say, yeah, there's not extraterrestrial, but things that we don't know where they came from and no one's claiming them in terms of like other nations, right? Trying
Right.
to play off like, yeah, there's aliens, and then everyone's saying, yeah, they're admitting to aliens that aren't from human, of human origin from what they understand and what they believe. And they're trying to dance around the fact that, yeah, we like 80% believe either this is some super advanced technology that our enemies and adversaries have way ahead of us, or this isn't human and not from this world. And
Or
that's basically what this.
interdimensional, so not necessarily things that have traveled in the conventional sense of the word,
But
because
made themselves apparent on our plane of existence, right?
right,
But
exactly.
yeah, like living in the spaces between atoms doesn't necessarily move the atoms around.
Yep.
So it's like, uh, which is crazy to think about. But even then, it's like, like, it sounds so cheesy, but it's 90% because I've been watching the lore and like getting into the mix of it. But like that Mass Effect storyline, the way that they try to give it like this organic feel, but no matter how you tell the story, it's always going to be like anthropomorphized in some kind of way. So it's always going to be like there's going to be some type of governing system or like sense of right and wrong and morality, and there's going to be a good guy and bad guy, and an antagonist, protagonist per se in terms of whatever story's developing. So when they tell a story where everyone who's telling the story isn't necessarily a good guy or a bad guy, they're just kind of living their life. And
Yep.
then that's kind of like what I see like our future being if there was ever some kind of like intergalactic collection of species that essentially self-govern themselves and their own territories and quote unquote homeworlds and colonies, but there's like a greater collective of factions that either dislike each other or whatever. And I think that'd be a really cool galaxy and world to live in. I'd like to live in that Mass Effect galaxy. Without the cyclical harvesting of sentient spacefaring species every 50,000 years. But yeah.
I don't know if it's possible, man. Like when I think about all of the really bad in the world and all of the really good. The reality is that most people, despite being mostly good, or you could generalize it and say that they're generally good people, there's still bad in everyone, and
Yeah, because
without
what's good
any
for
kind
you
of,
and them might be bad for someone else.
and we're so situational as well. It's like
Hmm.
based on what's the context, because
Yep.
you change your outlook on things based on whether you feel threatened or your survival's at risk or whatever. And I think that without managed, I was going to say managed democracy,
Democracy.
but I don't think that we're capable of self-management. I think that it would break, and greed and control would like it's the way it is because that's the way we are.
Yeah.
People complain about the way the world is, but it didn't just get like that just by chance. And I think if you were to wipe the slate and rewind the clock and do it a million times over, it would end up exactly the fucking same every single time.
Yeah, there's a I forgot what it's called. I think it's called the litmus test or litmus? Yeah, litmus test where
Yeah,
like
like
the
the acid paper,
yep, or the no,
alkaline.
that's no, I'm talking about like human psychology
Right.
where
Yeah, the litmus test is like neutral or bad or good kind of deal.
wait, I think that's something else. I'm thinking of something else now. What I'm thinking of is there was like a study where they call it like the shopping cart thing, where like there's people who will take the shopping cart and move it back to the little like carousel, like to where you put them, and then there's other people that just won't do it and leave it wherever their car was, right? And it's not bad or good for society to do it, but like it's considered morally good to do so, or polite. So
Yeah.
those aside, what are the negative effects of not returning the cart versus returning the cart? And there are none, aside from whatever construct we apply to it in the sense of, in this case, morality, it being rude or considerate, right? And the same thing can be said with ordering what seems to be not enough pizza, and there's people that will take 2 slices and people that will take 1 slice because of the same reason, and that being there may not be enough. So it
I mean,
boils
I think
down to, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that if there was a basic level of management, or at least an understanding amongst human beings that there's finite resources, we know how many people can legitimately live on a planet with those resources, and we stick within those boundaries, then it's bountiful. And maybe the idea of people just grabbing what they can, it's like fight or flight, or like squirrels, like squirreling away nuts for the bad times. It's only because there are limited resources, and those periods of feast and famine have
Hmm.
occurred, and that's what shaped people in society. But if you had a world where there was more resource available, and you didn't have like greedy fucking bastards who kept it all for themselves despite not needing it, if you could if you get rid of that, then maybe then it would be a different world. But you're talking about like a complete reconstruction of the human species,
Hmm.
and removing the feast and famine, fight or flight aspect to it. And I don't know, would that make us better or worse? I'd like to
I
think
think
it
it would
would make us
increase our
better.
capabilities artistically and creatively, but like you said, for better or worse, who knows? You know?
Yeah, we'll never know. But
Yeah,
it's
it would be like a technological or the digital renaissance of our species, because there's never, now we're at that point where AI can essentially run the mundane and the hypercritical and hyper-focused
Managed democracy.
tasks that require
The
precision
freedom
and
to make
accuracy
the right choice.
that we can now delegate to that and now run things efficiently to the point where we should be focusing on self-sufficiency, or at least covering a majority of the footprint that we leave behind when consuming or producing the resources or goods that we need as a globe, right? As the entire planet. So it's
Right.
like doing something like that could, you know, people would be like, oh, that's globalism and that's, you know, New World Order. And I'm like, yeah, but I think it was Thomas Jefferson or Andrew Jackson. I can't remember who said it. I think it was Andrew Jackson. He said that the New World Order and global, you know, one world government will be achieved one of two ways, either through consent or through conquest, right? And so like the idea is, and it's funny that you use squirrels as an analogy, because a perfect example is that squirrels' greed, right, in hiding all the nuts they absolutely can, you know, is, if we're looking at the greed aspect, you know, and having nuts, there's plenty to go around, but squirrels don't believe so, so they get scrounged as much as they can. And honestly,
Right.
forget about it, right? So indirectly, squirrels are responsible for growing forests because of all the acorns they bury, you know. So in a weird way, the greed somehow, the chaos of that greed somehow created another avenue for more growth that adapted to that greed. So no matter what we do as humans, right, to impact our environment, it's not so much that we're going to, the earth is going to rebound, it's going to react to whatever we do. And I think that we'll be able to adapt to it. And that would include, you know, oh, we probably shouldn't use as many fossil fuels for power generation. You know what I mean? And probably shouldn't use it for everyday conveyance, whether it be having nice cars that run on gas because you want to have a race car is awesome, but having a car to drive to and from work every day, you might as well have electric if you're not going to put 50 miles or more a month or a week on your car. Doesn't make sense. Get electric. You know, things like that would impact the environment. You buying an electric car doesn't change anything, right? But everybody in your neighborhood buying an electric car because you drive less than 50 miles a week makes sense. And then you're not using all that fuel, right? And you know, there's a lot of different aspects. It hurts a lot of things, but like, you know, nuclear would probably be the best option, which a lot of people are scared of. But like, let's be real here. There have only been 3 major disasters with nuclear, you know.
It's like planes, safest way to travel, but when shit goes wrong, it takes a lot of people down.
Yeah, and it's not something that's very simple, and it's something that is very highly regulated, very highly looked after, and when things go wrong, they go wrong for very specific, unforeseen reasons, and for a majority of the time.
Drunken Russians.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays, you know, I'm getting on a fucking anything that starts with Boeing, and I'm like, that's great. I mean, naturally, I'm going to be fine, but like, you know, you hear that name now, and people are freaking out. I'm like, do you know how many flights in the U.S. alone go? Like, it's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, they've had a lot of problems, man. It's crazy to see these titans of industry just fucking up, and it has to be they're fucking up because of greed. Like, they're so focused on fucking profits.
Profit, exactly. And I can even attribute, like, I made the joke. I made a post. It was a joke, right? Like, but it's true. I said, by the way, COVID was half a decade ago. Have a good day.
Right.
And you sit there and you think, oh, fuck. Like, yeah, bro, you just served a federal prison sentence for a gun charge. How do you feel? That's how long ago COVID was. You see? So it's like, you think about it and it's like, oh, damn, that's kind of weird when you put it out you know, in the air like that. But
But people still talk about it,
hmm
and it's still going around. And like the doctors I went to see, like she's wearing a mask, like my new PCP, which I've always found kind of funny that you guys call them PCPs because it's like
it's hysterical.
like
Yeah,
got any angel dust?
something
um,
like that.
Yeah, but it's she's wearing a mask and she said it was really bad like 2 weeks like prior to me coming. She said there's a lot of like people really sick, and
hmm
even the naysayers that said it's just like a cold. Like my sister, for instance, I mean she got COVID and she said that ain't no fucking cold like I've ever had. But it impacts everyone differently, of course, because some people don't even have symptoms. So I mean, it is another cold. It's another like influenza type virus. It's just not one that the body's
Yeah,
accustomed to because they
it's a
made it in a
respiratory
fucking
virus.
lab.
Yeah, it's a respiratory virus,
Yeah.
like SARS.
Like I have to wear a mask, and it's one of the reasons I don't go out very much because I hate having to wear a mask everywhere I go. Um, like short story is one of the things I have the treatment for it basically kills my immune system, so I have really no natural defenses. I'm like one of those fucking weird animals that the mother would normally eat. Um, um,
That's funny, man.
but yeah, it's just the medication. I'm not quite Bubble Boy, but
That
yeah.
reminds me of that one song I keep hearing on YouTube right now. It's kind of funny. It's like a girl, she's like, "Hey, hey, little rabbit, where'd you bury your children?" It's supposed to sound cute, but it's morbid as fuck. Oh my
Yep.
God. That's so fucked up. What
Yeah, nature is
fucking
beautifully
metal, man.
beautifully vicious. Is beautifully vicious, and
Yeah, we're the
yeah,
ones who try to
and
make it soft and sweet. It never was.
and it's perfect though. Like it's everything in its right place at the right time for the right reason, and there's just that's just the way shit happens. And for whatever reason, there's a grander intelligence that seems to keep the balance. But when you put us here, we're just like, nah, we're gonna fix that. You're not gonna balance us. I mean, the fucking Wachowski brothers, and their
Matrix.
genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they got it right. We are a fucking virus. I mean, that was one of the best speeches from any movie I've ever watched, the Mr. Anderson speech, and it's spot on. All we do is we we use all the resources, then we move to a different place and do the same. It's what we do. And we're going to go to Mars, and we're going to do the same there. We're just going to keep looking for more and more planets. But the reality of it is, there's not that many. I mean, Mars is not going to be a very fun place to live. And yeah, they can terraform it. I mean, it's possible that there's enough glacial water, and over time, if they develop plants that can survive in that kind of an atmosphere but still pump oxygen into the air, then sure, give it a
Well,
few hundred
it's not
years,
so much.
maybe.
It's a Mars has a really thin atmosphere to begin with, and a lot of that is due to its very weak magnetic field. So that would be the number one concern that I have
Yeah, it gets hit by
is,
asteroids a lot more than we do.
and then on top of that, the because the magnetic field isn't very, as strong. I want to say very strong, but as strong as Earth. That makes the atmosphere extremely thin, so you'd have to pressurize it pretty heavily actually, and that would cause the global warming. But remember, I think we talked about it before, like the surface temperature of Mars gets like negative 200 something degrees Fahrenheit, and
Yeah,
then
massive flip-flops, right, like the
yeah,
moon.
and then like 80 degrees Fahrenheit or some shit like that. And I'm just like, that's not terrible, but that cold is, I guarantee you, 100% because it's so fucking such a thin atmosphere and there's just enough carbon dioxide in that thin atmosphere to like retain enough heat for the daytime light to give you that honestly good warmth. But it's probably like freezing and that temperature is at that air pressure. So it's not earth air pressure. So it's probably, you know, you raise the pressure, that temperature will probably be pretty damn hot. So that's something to consider too. I feel like if they try to terraform Mars and increase the air pressure there somehow, it'll make it too hot. I'll have the same problem. They won't know how to cool it down.
I
There'll
think it's
be an
basically
overabundance of carbon dioxide.
let's go here until Earth kind of heals itself. Like I think that's honestly the idea. I don't think they're really thinking it's going to be another Earth. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah,
it will be spectacular and grand once it's truly done, and you've got tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of people living there in futuristic, glass fucking environments. Um, but anyone that seems to think that, hey, it's an expansion out and we've got two Earths, I think that they're delirious. I'm sure Musk, if
yeah,
you if you
maybe in
if you
seven,
spoke
eight
to him,
hundred years, sure.
yeah,
But at
it's
that
been.
point, it's not so much about having a secondary home, but having a place to redundancy, I think is the word. Redundancy. You know what I mean? Like, what if there was like a supermassive volcano? You know what I mean? It would suck that a majority of the planet dies off. But damn it, damn it. Anyway, it would suck that, a majority of the planet dies off because Yellowstone decides to go, you know, boom 200 years from now, right? Because it's been long overdue anyway. And then, there's 100 million humans left on Earth or left on Mars and maybe 10 million in space and habitats, and a majority of the humans on Earth have been wiped out, but a lot of them are still here. I could see that as like that redundancy for like, okay, we still have the checks and balances. We still have like a foot in the door and surviving. Our planet's not utterly fucked, you know? So
Yeah.
logistically, that would be a nightmare. But like, those are like world-ending scenes. But that ultimately is like the idea is that the survival of the human race isn't dependent on whether or not we can survive an asteroid, but how quickly we can recover from one if one of our planets got hit with one.
I mean, ultimately, it has to be about you know, figuring out, which they'll do, is putting people in, stasis
Hmm.
for, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years, so that
That
they
would be
can
so
travel.
insane.
They can travel to other solar systems because it's going to take that long, and you know maybe there'll be like if they make it there, there'll be some digital log that says, hey, like you just woke
Maybe
up,
we'll get there and we'll build
here's this
pyramids and then
shithole
destroy all
where we
the evidence
sent
of
you
how to
from.
do it.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
It's
history repeats
absolutely
itself.
crazy. It's
But
like
like,
even
think
at the
about it. To
speed
get
of
to
light.
Andromeda, yeah, that's a perfect example. Andromeda is one of the closest, what, galaxies to us, and it's like 2 million light years away. So even
Yeah.
at like 99% the speed of light, getting there with sufficient stasis and travel, let's say we do solve energy and we're able to do like near speed of light travel and shit like that. Yeah, we might be able to get there in what we could perceive as weeks, maybe not thousands of years, probably not thousands of millions of years. The energy required to travel for that long would be insane. But
Inconceivable.
yeah, like that's like a billion quasars in your star. Like that's not happening for sure. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. That's tech beyond my understanding. But I'm saying like stasis for a prolonged period. Like I could see you being in stasis for 6 months on a, somewhat fusion reactor that can
You're breaking up.
power.
I'm getting every other word.
Yeah, I'm
Not
saying
even.
like you could probably like see a stasis for like 6 months on like a ship that's powered by like a fusion reactor, right? But the thing is that that reactor is powering some type of antimatter drive that gets the ship to near light speeds. So it feels like we're traveling for what could be, let's say for argument's sake, a week, right? But to get to Andromeda and back, 4 million years have passed, on that round trip at Earth. So it's like not quite stasis, but time travel in a linear way by
How long
accelerating
have
yourself.
how long have we been here? I mean, what's the oldest human? I don't think it's over 4 million years. It's
No, like
you know.
200. I'd say our oldest, evolutionary ancestors would be back, what, like 200, maybe 300,000 years? They
I
say that
think
there's
it's a
variations between the different, subhumans, but like humans like from Homo erectus up, I believe is like
yeah. You're
300,000.
right. Look at that. Homo sapiens, 300,000. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you Google it?
Yeah, I did because I thought I'd read somewhere that they'd found remains that were a lot older, but indeed it was the same one that I remembered. It was the fossils found in Morocco,
Mm-hmm.
so
They
it was like
thought they thought
East
we were
Africa
like
kind of.
80 or 70,000 years old, and I'm like, nah, there's no way. We have a quarter million years of history and travel and survival. Like, there's been multiple world-ending events in the human lifetime, which is essentially a blip on the radar of time in the universe's
Yeah.
scale of things. But Earth being fuck, Earth being what what is it? However old it is, four
I
four
think
billion years old or
yeah,
something
it's
like
like
that.
4 to 5
7.
billion is kind of in there.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
in that lifespan of time, right, in the last 500 million years essentially is when life has been, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, like a complex life beyond like the plankton and ocean. But if I remember correctly, we're closer in time to the Stegosaurus than the T-Rex, if I'm not mistaken. And
Yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
difference between we're 65 million years away from one versus 250 million years for another. So like when you think about that, it's like, oh, okay, that's making a lot of sense that we've probably had multiple global civilizations, most likely not as advanced as where we are now, but advanced a in a sense that we understood the world around us as it was. So we would understand how the stars were and how to navigate using the stars because we would watch them at night and then map them and come up with our own theories and theology. And the way that we would tell stories would be passed down from generation to generation. And a perfect example of that now is look at a movie that's had like 4 or 5 reboots since the 1900s. You know what I'm saying? And that's just in the last 100 years.
Yeah.
So take that, multiply that by we don't know shit about our universe and we can't explain it, and this guy claims he can, so we call it religion, and then say that for 10,000 years, and then you kind of get where I'm going with this. So it's like there's most definitely like morality and spirituality and concepts to grasp in the tales told, but you can't help but think that there was things beyond our understanding that were being spoken on or exaggerated or told in a way that has been misinterpreted and interpreted a certain way and told as truth, that yeah, maybe our ancestors 500,000 years ago came here and got really fucked up because they left Mars. Fucked it up.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that, like imagine we get there and we do investigating and find ruins and like history and figure it out and like learn things and da da da. And turns out that 500,000, 600,000 years ago, that humans from Mars came here and something happened with their atmosphere and it deteriorated and we couldn't do this and da 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 da. And it turns out they were the fucking Anunnaki. You know what I mean? And they had technology and da 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 da, and they were the basis of all religion on the world today. And like all those conspiracy theorists are right. You know, that would be, I would flip my fucking shit if that was like like I would be like, whoa, that's crazy. That's fucking wild. It's my mind. But that would turn everything that we understand as a civilization, as a society, as humans, right, globally, on its head. It would destroy everything.
Yep.
So it's like, who
Yeah.
would?
Religious people would still not believe you, though. They would stick to the tried and true. God's just doing that to test your faith.
Mm-hmm.
Like
And giving into it would
you
paint them
continue to
into
fucking
interpreting.
test my faith, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's not at that point, it's not a matter of faith. It's a matter of like, you know, enlightenment. I think that's like the true enlightenment is like being able to understand the world around you and not let your own beliefs cloud your judgment or the way that you perceive the world because you want it to be that way. That's what the turn the other cheek part of it is. Like, oh, I have no control of the situation because it's out of my power, out of my understanding, but I know that it's good for me or something I shouldn't be meddling in. Turn the other cheek.
Bill Hicks, I think one of the best comedians that ever graced the planet. I don't know if you ever
Smoking a
watched.
cigarette. Yeah, fucking love Bill
Yeah,
Hicks,
fucking
man.
loved him.
His take on Sandstorm.
Right, and the thing with religion, like without telling his jokes, I mean, it's like what is more logical, if we're gonna use the Occam's razor kind of way of looking at things.
Well, it's the
Is
simplest.
there
Yeah.
a prankster god running around burying dinosaur fossils to test your faith, or did the dinosaurs actually walk around and die and get buried by layer upon layer upon layer of sediment and whatever, and then we dig them up and we find them, we carve and date them? What's most likely to be the truth?
Yeah,
Prankster god.
It's the Matrix, and they're like, oh,
Right, I
who is Star Trek
mean,
holodeck? Like, oh yeah, he's really 5 feet from everybody he's ever known, but we like manipulate light and space around him on the holodeck so it looks like he's countries away. The glitch in the
I want
system
to
creates things
believe,
that way.
man. I want to believe, man. I grew up Catholic. I was really religious because my grandfather was, and we went to church
Right.
like multiple times a week. And trust me, like the idea of when the lights go out, I go and have a party, an eternal party with all the great people and none of the bad ones. Like, sign me up, buddy. But uh, like, then I think, well, how could that be possible if you're still you and you're fundamentally, you think and act the same way? Then how could heaven be a good place? We'd fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
That we get too drunk one night and just fuck shit up.
can't remember who said it. I don't know if it was somebody like a friend of mine told me, or if it was like something I read or heard somewhere. But the gist of it was, just said, no, there's no such thing in heaven or hell, right? We're in hell. That's our punishment. Is being born. We're in hell, and the reality of hell sets in, wishing to go to heaven through the life that we have to live here. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
that's
believe that.
awful. That's such a
Yeah.
fucking dark way of looking at it, but I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Because there's a lot of suffering that people go through. I've done suffering too. So it's like, ah, but then in that same suffering, again, this boils back down to what I was saying before with the, the same people. There's a box of pizza and there's just enough for everybody, but some people take 2 slices and some people take one, um, because they both believe there's not enough, and that tells you that there's the good and bad in people, and that just, you
Yeah.
know, that's where it all boils down to.
Yep.
Can't save them all,
Yep.
man. Can't save them all. Video games has taught me you cannot save them all.
Look, the automatons, they're going for that second slice, bro.
They're going to find out just how hard every man, woman,
You should
and
have been
child over
content
7
with
will
what
work
they
to
had.
stop them. Do your part.
Oh, fucking hell. That's some crazy shit. Well, I'm gonna take my ass to bed, man. Thanks for getting on.
Yeah,
I
for sure,
didn't,
bro.
I didn't expect you. I threw you a message, and I thought, oh, fuck, I'd be sitting around just
No,
like
yeah,
I
like
was, and
honestly,
thinking,
I haven't had the like what is it, the motivation to hop on, because I feel like this next major, they gave us the mines and now we're playing with them, and everyone I've seen on YouTube is like, I don't like them, and I play with them myself and I'm like, nah, I like these. These are going to be useful, and people are not. They're just throwing them out in the middle of an open field and hoping it does something effective. I know they are. Gotta rewatch those videos and see what they're doing with them. Because there's no way, like, these YouTubers with fucking 40,000 views and all these people watching them and shit are playing the game this way and call them. I don't know. It makes me mad to watch them like half-ass the game and go, it's terrible. No, it's not. Like, look, I can't even play, bro. And fucking comes in as a reinforcement, lands in the middle of a fucking base that just got hot dropped. Look, watch how I get stun locked. I can't even kill anything. Well, why are you landing in the base? You fucking idiot. Pisses me off. But no ass, man. But then I'll do it, and then I'll live, and I'll be like, eat it. Get fucking good.
yeah, or barely escape after using all your stims.
Jesus, that video where I landed in the middle of the Devastators, and then the one I sent you, the robot rock.
There's just a fucking line of them. Yep.
That fucking what was it, the rocket strider, man, fucking, I saw the missile go across my crosshair and I was like, what is it shooting at? And then I saw your skull and like you had died, and you go, oh, I got double rocketed.
This is Commander Kelly with all you need to know.
I thought you were behind me. I thought you would like run to my left and then back behind me. And I saw them shooting at you and I was like, oh shit, it's still
Colonies
there.
call for more workers as mysterious
Yeah,
disappearances.
that's mean that many Devastators. Like if you get hit with two rockets, you're done, man. There's no armor saving you. Nor should it.
And I had like that perfect spot, like on that hill. It gave me just enough cover, so where like my head was peeking out. So I was charging up each railgun shot and just aiming like right there because they lined up along that ridge. So it's just like, oh, this is gonna be a fucking fish in a barrel situation. Fucking absolutely was. What really scared the shit out of me is when the heavy Devastators and the Hulks came in, because the heavy Devastators were sitting in front of the rocket Devastators, and the Hulks were in front of them, and they were peppered in between in front of that. So the heavy devastators were keeping me from hitting the Hulk in the eyes, and they were closing the distance. But the devastators behind the Hulks were absorbing all the rockets and not letting the rockets hit the Hulk and kill it for me. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, bro. It's fun. But alright, man. I'm gonna take my ass to sleep too. It's 3 a.m.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll catch you maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. But yeah, I'm gonna get my room in shape and yeah, play some games.
Yeah, I can tell you something in your room because the sound is different on your mic. It doesn't sound like echoey. Would you put blue furniture around or something to fill like the wall space?
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
I can tell.
A little bit.
Like the acoustics on your voice are totally. If you don't believe me, go listen to the video streaming before and now. Great. Totally different.
All right, man. Well, have a good one.
Take it easy, man. I'll see you mañana. All right, y'all. Let's look up. Alright, I'm gonna take my ass off this one. Weird, oh, hey, what's up, Ari? What's up? I didn't even see the chat here. I wasn't even looking at the screen. Bad love. But yeah, tomorrow we're running Mass Effect. Mass Effect. Love it. And we're definitely going to. I thought about starting like fresh, but I already have a save file in here when I downloaded this version. So that's what we're doing tomorrow, for sure. Anyway, y'all, have a good night. Have the night you deserve. I will talk to you. Yeah. Au revoir.